don't put people in boxes and look for the right person for the job, no matter how that person looks like or speaks or, their background, because it will only make us richer.
How are you, Maria?
I am so good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's Maria Gabriela de Faria.
Oh my God, usually people don't say it correctly.
Okay, I speak Portuguese and Spanish, that's why I know.
There you go. Perfect. You nailed it. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for asking, and thank you so much for your time. And I have a little bit of fun with the Christmas episodes that you have before. And now I watch 4 episodes right now, like before this interview. And I think I just want to know, like, what attracted you to this project when you read the script? How that came about?
So I got sent, I think it was the first episode and the sides for the audition. And Cora was meant to be for an American. So I thought, okay, I'm definitely not getting this, but I want to go in the room and read, because Cora was just a sweetheart and just such good energy and loving and a fighter. And I thought, okay, I want to play her at least for the audition. And I got there and I auditioned, I think 5 times and to get the job. And I wanted to get it so bad, not only because I was going to get to work with Elizabeth Perkins and Dennis Leary, which is like, what? It's a dream. I watched Elizabeth growing up. My brother and I, we are big fans. And I gave her a little card during our last day of shooting this season, like telling her all my love. And I had never told her before because I was a little bit like ashamed of it. But I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna tell her. And I told her, I can't even look at you in the eye because you're just so much for me. And also, not only because I was gonna get to work with them that I wanted to do this, but because I'm Venezuelan and clearly I have a different cultural background. But this show is my family. I watch the show and I read the episodes and I see my family and I see my relationship with them. And my dad is coming to visit in a couple days, and I just know it's gonna be chaotic because that's how it is. And what I love about this show is that they're not even trying to present us with a fake family that don't have any troubles, but I think we highlight those issues because we grow from them. And at the end of the day, those differences makes us better. And I love about the show. They're not sugarcoating a family dynamic at all. And it's really fun.
No, exactly. I was gonna say to you, we are getting to the point that it's the family is like a universal. It is like a type of like a universal issue, like have conversations, we disagree, we don't, you know what I mean? We fight about some stuff, and everybody has a different personality, which is great. That's why I think I liked it, because of that too. I can see my family as well, you know what I mean? Even though we have different backgrounds, I can see my family there.
And that's it. And I think that's so magical about it because it's a universal language.
Playing Cora, did you find anything any characteristic that you share with her? Like you, Maria, and Cora?
Which was what was really, really cool and nice is that they made her Venezuelan, like me. And it doesn't really happen that much. We don't really get to play a lot of like Venezuelans or like Guatemalan, like those kinds of nationalities. And they made her Venezuelan, which was really special. And I think I can relate to Cora with the, the artist heart. You know, she went to Chicago to study, and she left her family behind, and her friends and her country and her comfort zone. And that's something I did too. And it's not easy. It's extremely challenging. You're away from everything you know, and you have to kind of figure out who you are in this new environment. So for me, Cora always represented that fighter, that person who will do whatever she has to do to achieve her dreams, and not in a not something me, like she would not like climb over other people's, I don't know, dreams to reach her own, but she would do whatever it takes, even if she has to do stuff that make her uncomfortable, and that for me makes a very strong person. So I think I really admire Cora for that, because I see her and I say, okay, you know what, you are also brave, and you're also following your dreams. And that's something that we forget often. You know, at least I am very like judgy with myself and tough with myself, and Cora really helped me look at myself in a different way.
That's good. That's good. I also see that sometimes she's getting into the mood. Like, I don't want to spoil, but she's gonna get married, then she doesn't want to move together. At the same time, she wants her freedom. And I think this whole season we're gonna be debating on that. I don't want to spoil because
of course, isn't that how it is? I just got married a year and a couple months ago, and I can relate to that. I love my husband, and we've been living together for 8 years. So we've been kind of married like for a long time, but at the same time, I want to be with him, and I want my independence. And I want to be with him all the time, but I also want to go on my own and figure things out for myself. And so it's funny, because that's who we are as humans. You know, we're not one-sided, and I think it's a mistake to show characters that are just one side of the coin, because that's not true. So when I read that, I'm like,
she's good.
And I wish I could tell you how it ends, but I can't.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's funny, like you're talking about this, and with the pandemic, I wanted to go out, sometimes by myself. I have a son that's my husband too in the house. Sometimes I want to be by myself. I was like, there's no place to be by myself here.
No, so it's, of course you freak out. It's only natural.
Yeah, but it's all good. We are really happy family here. So thanks God for that, and we love each other so much. So that's very important. So I want to ask you, and like seeing Hollywood the way that it is right now, like with the pandemic, also you being a Latina, how much like changed your life like with the pandemic, and how much you see that Hollywood needs to change on the long run for us Latinos?
You know what's really, I've been thinking about this a lot, and we talk about diversity so much, and we want it, and I think it's important. With this show, Bob and Rob and Tad, our producers and writers and showrunners, I don't feel like they put people in boxes. They certainly didn't put me in a box. They were looking for something specific, and when they didn't find it, they opened their vision to look elsewhere and to welcome other people do the job as they wanted it. And I think it starts with not putting your characters in boxes, so you don't put people in boxes. They saw me, and they saw something completely different from what they wanted at the beginning, which was like an American, like from Kansas. I think they told me that was their vision for Cora. But they are able to open their vision and see through you and see, okay, this is not what I was looking for, but this is the character. And honestly, I think that's all it takes. I don't think it's a matter of checking boxes. I don't think it's a matter of oh, we need to hire, we need the diversity hire, because it's just awful. I don't want to get a job because I need to check somebody's boxes, or because of diversity. I remember I went to the Golden Globes party a couple of years ago, and I invited a friend with me, and all these amazing actors were there, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I kept telling my friend, like, I think they made a mistake. I think I shouldn't be here. Like, why am I here? And she said something kind of, I didn't like it, but I didn't think about it. And they say, well, because you're Latina, so like you're the next here. And I'm like, gosh, I hope that's not true ever. So I think that, to me, if I could give my 2 cents to Hollywood, would be, don't put people in boxes, and look for the right person for the job, no matter how that person looks like or speaks, or their background, because it will only make us richer. And that's true diversity, and that's hard, because you have to stop talking about it. You have to actually embrace it in your day-to-day life. And I think Bob and Rob and Tad, they do it very well. So that would be my 2 cents, if the industry wants to listen to this. And then with the pandemic, wow, it's challenging because everything is online now, auditions, meetings, and it's hard to connect with people. It's harder. But to be honest, I am the kind of person that's always looking for the bright side, and I believe things happen for a reason. And aside from all the death and the business closing and all of that, I think this has been a really great opportunity for humans to look at our lives and change things that need to change, to really take care of our health, with our lifestyle, and to really be there for each other. Before the pandemic, I was the kind of person that would say no to everything and would stay home with her cats cuddling, which is delicious. But when the pandemic hit, I'm like, I am never saying no to anything ever again. Like, I am going to see people, and I'm going to hug them, and I'm going to make memories. So to me, it was a huge wake-up call, and it has only invited me to look for different ways to connect and to be there and to be present. And it happened on set. We could not be that close to each other, and we had to wear protective gear at all times. But we made it happen. We ended up being way more closer than we were before. And I think that happens if you try to find the humanity.
Yeah.
And you hold each other at least from a safe distance, and understand that we are going through this together, and that we have to make it easier for everybody, and truly be there for one another.
Yes, I think people need to think in a different perspective, and I think a lot of people are like understanding that, which is great. And for us to wrap it up, what can I expect of the Moods this season? What I can expect it?
Okay, you can expect it's going to be really fun, and this first couple of episodes are going to be packed with so much chaos and so much change. You feel like it's going somewhere, and then it makes a quick sharp turn, and then you end up somewhere else, and you're gonna laugh, and you're gonna cry a bit, and you're gonna miss your family, and you're gonna call them, and then you're gonna say, oh, but they are a bit crazy, but you're gonna embrace that craziness. I don't know. Clearly, I love the show, and the Moodys, to me, has it all.
That's awesome. I just want to thank you so much for your time, Maria Gabriela. A lot of success, and I cannot for everybody to watch the episodes that I watch it, and I want to know the end.
I know. It's so good. It's so good. You're gonna love it. I promise.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias por su tiempo. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.